Choose the hard right over the easy wrong. In today's episode, we're gonna do an intense leg day, including some sled pulls through the snowpocalypse of 2026. Just kidding. In today's day and age, it seems like consistency and discipline means these sporadic, intense efforts rather than just showing up and doing the small things on a daily basis. Warriors, thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the episode, my name's AC Stinson, and on this channel, we focus on overcoming. We focus on fighting for a full life, showing up on a daily basis and doing the hard work. We're gonna talk about consistency and discipline, and I wanna share a couple things that I've been doing over the years and redoing right now to make doing the hard, right things a little bit easier. All right, today is Friday, January 23rd. This is a big day. I got something in the mail and I wanna share it with you. I've been working with a company called, and they're based out of Texas, and they're helping me design a new band, a new ostomy band. This is a big deal. I had surgery 4 or 5 years ago, and living with an ostomy is disruptive. It's inconvenient. You feel exposed, and having a band on makes you feel secure and confident, and it makes you feel like you can go live again. And so it's been my mission, it's been an idea in my mind for years to design my own, because I think they can be better. There's ones on the market right now and they're okay, they've blessed me, but I think that we can do it better. And so I'm working with a company, we've been working together for months now, and this is the first prototype that I have in my hands. So I'm gonna open it up with you, and my hope is that we can make this better. We're gonna make a couple iterations, and then I wanna go out and give it and sell it to other people with ostomies and encourage them and inspire them to go live again, to go live a full life. I don't want them to shrink back. I want them to feel confident and like that they can go on a walk with their family. They can go run a race, or they can go on a hike. And hopefully this product is gonna do that for a lot of people. So let's go ahead and crack into it. Almost sliced my hand, would not have been good. All right. And they were kind enough. So context, we started working together at the end of October. Well, talks began in the summer. We started working together in October. We've been designing it on the computer. We've gone back and forth so many times, so many emails. And then they took our design in there. They made me 2 versions. They were only supposed to do 1, but they blessed me and they did 2 so that we can figure out which one we like better. Okay, well that is the one that I sent them. Perfect. Maybe that's the one that I sent them. All right, here we go. Ooh, I like the feel of that. There is the first prototype. So the idea of it is, if you have an ostomy, you wear a belt or a band around you to keep things secure. Now, a lot of people, most people don't wear anything. So they just have this awkward appliance like tucked into their pants. And I don't judge them, but I feel for them, because you're gonna be exposed. Things might get messy at times. And so an ostomy belt or band is gonna help hold things secure a little bit more. So the whole idea is you tuck it inside right here, and then when you wanna empty it, you just unzip it, and then we have a securing mechanism that I haven't seen on the market yet, or anybody else doing, so I'm excited about that. But this is awesome. And what's really been cool is to see God open up some doors with some doctors and some resources and some contacts, because what my goal is, I really want people to walk out of the hospital after their surgery with one of these. I really want to partner with people to make that happen, so that people feel like right away they've got a way back to living again. All right, it is the snowpocalypse of 2026. It's January. We live in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, and we were projected to get anywhere from 10 to 20 inches of snow. Now it's Sunday morning, so Lots of snow is still yet to come, but you can see just coming out of our garage, I opened the garage door and there's some snow drifted up. Now, this area is pretty protected, so I'm sure we got more out here. So I'm gonna go shovel and get some work done. There's a quote by a Hall of Fame wide receiver. His name's Jerry Rice, and he says, "I will do today what others won't, so that tomorrow I can do what others can't." And that is consistency, and the beauty of consistency summed up very nicely. Like today you're gonna do a small act that people can easily shrug off. People can easily shrug off being disciplined and consistent with their meals. Or, hey, I can shrug off a day in the gym. But we keep shrugging off and pushing off those good habits, those good productive moments. And then people wonder why a month from now, a year from now, they're not the same as you. It's because you're gonna do today what others won't, what other people are gonna, shrug off, roll their eyes at, say, hey, I'll start it tomorrow. But you're gonna do it today so that tomorrow you're in a position to do what others can't. That's the beauty of consistency and discipline, as long as you're doing the right things consistently. All right, so it's been a little bit since I've done a physique check-in. One of my goals, not necessarily a New Year's resolution, but one of my goals is to decrease my body fat percent, just to lean out. I've been sitting around 20% for a while, and I want to get down into the 10 to 15% range, while also retaining muscle and adding some size to my chest. I want to add about 3 inches to my chest and getting my six-pack back. I used to have ripped six-pack. I want to get it back. So let's take a peek at the numbers, because this is where the fun's at. So back at the beginning of January, I topped out around 184 pounds, and I just weighed in at 178. So I'm down about 6 to 7 pounds, which is fantastic. Body fat percent, I was at around 20% at the top. I'm at 18.8 right now. So some really solid progress on the body fat. And I'm really happy, because if I look at my muscle mass in that same amount of time, I haven't lost muscle mass. In fact, I've gained a little bit, or stayed about the same. So I'm losing the right type of weight and retaining my muscle. And then when it comes to my chest, I've added about 1/4 of an inch since the beginning of the year. I added about 2 inches over the past 18 months. I'm trying to add 3 inches to my chest over this year. So great progress. I'm leaning out. I'm retaining my muscle. I'm feeling strong. This is the strongest I've felt in a long time. So I'm very happy with the progress so far. I started this video talking about the need for consistency and discipline. We got a little interruption from good old Sonny here, the beautiful 2-year-old golden doodle. He's not an attention hog or anything. We all need consistency and discipline in our life, but we need to stop romanticizing these big, intense efforts that get lots of views on YouTube and on Instagram. And those are great, and I applaud people for those things. But consistency and discipline are needed when nobody's watching, when the things are boring and ho-hum and aren't gonna get a lot of views, or it's not even something you could post online. That's when things stack up, they add up, and they lead to big improvement. It's when nobody's watching. And I love this book, Atomic Habits. I reference it all the time. But one of the big concepts, big takeaways for me, is we need to create the environments in our life so that it's easier to do the right things. We all have these things that we want to start or get better at. For me, I want to be better at creating content and working out more frequently and doing these specific rhythms and habits with my family. But we need to create the environment, cultivate the environment, so it's as easy as possible to do the right thing. The thing that's hard, right? It's a lot easier to sit on the couch than go outside and work out. But we need to remove the friction and make it as simple as possible. A couple of the very practical things that I've been doing over time is meal prepping. And it's such a simple thing, but I'll tell you what, when I don't meal prep and I wake up and I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna take to work to eat? I don't get the protein in that I need to, and then I usually don't eat as much, or I don't eat as healthy, right? It's a little thing that I do when nobody's watching. It's not attractive, it's not something that's really flashy, but it's something small that adds up, and it's gonna help me build the body, build the performance that I want to build. Something else that I'm trying, because I want to get better at building or creating content, is I'm taking my camera with me everywhere. I usually take it to work every day, even though I really have no intention of filming. But if there's something I want to film during a lunch break or right after work, I have my camera with me. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible to do the hard thing, to do the right thing. So how are you going to create an environment where that's possible? It references in the book, I think it's an Olympic athlete or some sort of professional athlete, and they were complimenting their discipline, and the person said, I'm really not that disciplined. In fact, I'm quite lazy, but I just do a really good job at creating environments where it's easy to make the right choice. So whether you need to go clean out your kitchen cabinet and remove the junk food, whether you need to put your workout clothes right beside your bed so this is the first thing your feet touch in the morning, whatever it is, we need to make it as easy as possible to do the right thing.